What's up, everyone? Welcome to a brand new episode of Stormchasers. I'm your host, Ira Bushels. With me this week as my guest are...
Brian.
Jocelyn.
Liz.
So, everyone, how was everyone's week this week? I would love to hear about it. But before we start that, it bears me to say that we've had a passing recently in the Bolt family. Dr. Gray has sadly passed on. She was a great member of this community and a great member of this club, and we send our condolences to her family and hope they're all right. Okay, thank you for a moment's silence. So, anyone, how was everyone's week this week?
Aside from recent events, my week was pretty good. What about you guys?
Tiring.
Yeah, I agree. Very, very tiring.
Why was it all tiring? Jocelyn, what was the time for you? We had off student teaching for the first time in 2 months. How did it feel like not waking up at 6 o'clock? No, sorry, 5 o'clock in the morning, because you love waking up so dang early in the morning.
The thing is, so my body is now just adjusted to waking up at 5 a.m. So I wake up, I'm like, huh, and I just can't go back to sleep. And now I'm just working on lessons and all that, so I'm just chilling. Still stressed, but you know the vibes.
Yo, good vibes only, I feel. Liz, about you? What made you tired this week?
Just working every single day. The only thing that motivated me was getting money.
Oh, bless up. At least you get paid. Brian, what made your week good?
I guess what made my week good is that we had off on Monday for President's Day, so it was a pretty less jam-packed week.
Shout out to our presidents. Yeah. My week was very interesting. So, if those who can't see me or don't know me, I went out Monday with a bunch of friends to a place where you smash stuff, and you think, okay, that sounds like a fun time. What's the worst that can happen? Well, I'll tell you what happened. It was the last 3 to 5 minutes of where we were hanging out, smashing just random stuff like printers, phones, whatever. And I had a sledgehammer, and I had protective gear over my face too. And I slammed the sledgehammer on a printer, and the handle of the sledgehammer went underneath the face protector that I was wearing and knocked me in the top right of my mouth. And at first, I didn't feel anything. It felt like a punch. That's it. I was like, Mom, it must be really hit blunt force. I'm fine. I'm all right. Then Jocelyn was there with a couple of our other friends, and hey, you're bleeding. And I'm like, huh? And I leave the room real quick. I check, and I am bleeding. I'm bleeding pretty bad. And I'm not bad enough where I need to go to the hospital right now, but enough to be I need to clean this up. So the workers there gave me some alcohol pads to clean up, some Neosporin. And looking at it in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I'm going to need stitches. This is a deep, small cut. Here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling my mom at this point. Oh, God. Jeez. Jocelyn was there for that. That was rough and bad just because she was just panicking and yelling. She was just blaming everyone. That was everyone's fault. Why do we do this? She thought I was intoxicated even though I was perfectly fine at 6 o'clock in the afternoon or at night. And then we walked to the hospital. We took a subway up, had some ice in my face. We get there. My mom's there, coming back from a lovely vacation she was taking. She was really excited to hear me call her. Don't really call my mom that often. I really should. Bad son on my part. And she's just going ballistic. I was bleeding out with ice pack on my face. And then she comes in. She sees me shirtless because, I have to put on a robe and everything. And she's like, why are you fat now? Look, your face is bleeding. You're fat now. What happened to you? And I'm like, good to see you two, Mom. Great seeing you two. But later on, her and I bust jokes, and I get 3 stitches later in my top lip, and everything looks good. Hopefully, it's not gonna scar. Getting them off on Sunday, but the topic is injuries, and this is not my first time getting stitches. I've gotten stitches on my head with staples too. I've gotten on my head. I think I got 17, 16 stitches just because I bounced my head on. Not bounced. I forced my head. I don't know. My head made contact with the corner of the cabinet of my where I keep all the cups in my house when I was little, because I climbed up to them. So my head just went into the corner of that, and that's 17, 16 stitches later, plus 7 staples to my head.
Oh my God.
So there was that one. That was the worst one because they couldn't even put anesthesia on that. That stuff hurt. And then the most stitches I ever got was on my right arm. I got 24 stitches just because I got bit by my friend's dog at the time. And man, that boy took a chunk of me out. I'm not even joking. He literally had a little piece of me in him. I can see into the muscle a little past it when he bit me. And God bless my friend. God bless him. God bless his grandmother who would always cook us like cookies every time I came over. She was a World War II vet, like nurse, and she looks at it and she's like, "That's nothing. It's fine." Put some Neosporin on, put a Band-Aid over it. She's like, "That's all right. You'll be all right. You'll be all right." And I'm like in, I think 4th, 5th grade. I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. I'm fine. I'm great. I'm doing great. Doesn't even hurt." Even though every time I moved my right arm, I feel like it was on fire. But no, I was like, "It's fine. You just gotta like." About 8 different teeth marks onto my arm, and like a piece of me is legitimately chunked out, and maybe a little piece of skin's hanging off. But I'm all right, living life. I'm young. I'm sporadic. What's the worst that can happen? Show my mom later. She's like, "What in God's name happened to you?" And told her what happened, and then we went to the hospital, and then I got like an anesthesia for my arm, and yeah, well, I still felt like the plucking, and they had to remove some stuff. But yeah, that's 24 stitches there. And I still have 1 scar left from it.
Oh my goodness.
You got hurt a lot as a kid.
That's just the stitches too. I sprained my ankle, my left ankle twice. Well, both from karate. No, one was one was from karate, and the other one was at my graduation, my high school graduation party. We were playing football, and I literally twisted my own ankle, my own party, and I couldn't walk for like 3 weeks. But did I still walk and do hiking trips? Heck yeah.
Yeah, I think you need to be in a bubble.
Yeah. Bubble wrap yourself.
Yeah.
Well, you tell me you guys never like got hurt.
Oh no,
I've gotten. Yeah.
I've gotten stitches because I've had surgery, but like that was medical. I fell down my stairs because of a printer once.
More sorry, printers are the enemies.
Yeah, it was. My printer doesn't work whenever I use it. And I was just complaining about, like, the printer not working, and I fell down my stairs because I missed a step, and I sprained my ankle.
Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh!
Printers are, like, a real enemy of mine. It's bad.
Jesus. Oh. Why are you carrying the printer down the steps, though?
I wasn't. I was
She was
complaining
talking at
about the printer.
And then the printer sent the bad vibes. It's like, oh, you're going to fall now.
I was so angry about the printer. I did not pay attention to where I was stepping, and it led to me falling and going to the hospital because I thought I broke my foot.
Oof.
But I just sprained my ankle.
I was in the emergency room, and then the woman who had like take the documentation, Jocelyn was there. I'd explained to her. No, I'd explained to 6 other people before I even got to a doctor. I explained to the clerks in the front. They were like, "Hold on, honey, tell us that again." I'm like, "Okay, there's a sledgehammer. There's me. There's my lip." And then I explained to the person who had to make my like wristband to say like who I am and everything. She's like, "Wait, so explain me to this also?" And then the doctor was also confused. Like, "Wait, hold on. So you were smashing things at this place?" I'm like, "Yes." And I'm like, "Why is this such a foreign concept?" But I understand though. Why would someone do this?
I've been to like the hospital like for stitches before. Like when I was younger, like 3 or 4 years old, I was at the park, and I just like tripped on like concrete, and then I split my chin open.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like with I was with my grandma. She used to babysit a whole bunch of like children like during the day while like their parents are at work. So like she took me, she held my chin together, brought me home, and then brought me to the hospital. And then I had to get stitches, but I was like a very fidgety like 3 or 4 year old. Like I didn't want to like deal with that. So my mom literally had to like lay on top of me so I can get my stitches done without me like fighting them off.
Oh, we love a solid mother. We love a supporting mother. My stitches right now, I can't smile or laugh because it hurts because my lip movement, and it kills me right now. Also, I can't eat most things, so it's been going great over here. I'm trying to think. I've had shaving accidents. Like I've accidentally like cut myself shaving, but like I feel like that's like a common thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know one of my friends. He works at a deli back home. He sliced the tip of his finger off,
Ooh.
and just put it back and pressure on it, and he just kept it on.
What?
Yep. Not like the whole tip of his finger, but
No,
like a good like front part. You know, like maybe like a slice of ham depth of it. Brother just took it, put it back on, just put pressure real hard, sank it in there, wrapped it in like plastic. Perfect. It's not perfect, but like you can see a slight scar.
Yeah, I know like this family that I have like we're close with. We go to the Poconos with them every year, and like last summer, like they had so much bad luck happen to them.
Oh.
Like the mother had her finger like the tip of it sliced off in a door when she was like walking to another room to get a birthday cake. The father got into a car accident. One of the daughters broke their arm on a golf cart. They fell off a golf cart. Another one of their daughters sprained their ankle like during a track meeting, and I was just like,
all this in one summer?
I think it was over like during the entire year that all happened to them, and I was just like, damn.
Hold on, did they kill a gypsy? I'm trying to think. Josh, what about you? Any injuries?
I've never broken a bone.
Okay, good for you. I've never broken a bone either.
Stitches.
Never gotten stitches, not yet. Okay.
The worst was my nail came off.
Oh, okay.
That does hurt.
I got a story for that one. I got a really disgusting story for that one. It's my senior year of high school. I'm in my couch. I'm in my like old house had like my couch, my living room, and my kitchen connecting together, like that free form, like design. I don't know. I don't watch HGTV. I don't know what they're formally calling it over here. And I was just chowing down some Cheerios, like early morning. Like, love my Cheerios, having a great time. Like a nice spring morning. And I see the bus, and I slid across the floor the floor of my socks to grab my book bag and my jacket's on the couch, and I kiss my mom goodbye. So hey mom, love you, bye. But then I slam my big toe onto the leg of my couch. I'm like, ooh, that hurt. Why does it feel wet? Who cares? The whole day I feel a little bit of pain. I go through track and everything. I run. I'm like, weird. Why is my big toe hurting? I go home. I take off my sock. I noticed my sock's damp and it smells like iron. I'm like, oh, my toe was bleeding because I slammed it so hard that it was bleeding. And it was all black and blue and red. And I showed my mom. She's like, hey, mom, you're a nurse. What do I do with this? And she's like, nothing. You just got to wait for the nail to come off by itself and the bruise to go away. So in the course of like 2.5 months, it was the most excruciating thing because I couldn't walk anywhere just because I couldn't put pressure on my big toe, which is used to keep you in balance. But with that, the nail was pushing out the older nail, too, underneath it, slowly. And I couldn't rip it because the nail was still attached to the skin, too. And it was until half of the 2.5 months where I got so sick and fed of it with it. And it was like maybe another month away of getting out. I just ripped the nail off.
Oh, why?
I couldn't take the pain. I just really just bit down on a rag and just slowly just peeled it off.
Oh no.
Here's the part that gets me though. Whenever you have pain, you're just like, oh, it's no problem, until you then realize you're bleeding hours later.
I'm like, oh, look at that. That's blood. I don't know, because I feel like I've gotten hurt enough times. I can gauge it. I'm like, the cut on my lip, the stitches, not bad. Not great either, but I'm like, we can walk to the hospital if I wanted to. I can take a nice detour and pick up a Taco Bell if I really wanted. Not life and death, but I should have gotten there quicker, yes. Good thing I had the ice, because if not, the wound would have been bad. Stitches on my head. You go to the hospital really quick for that. Stitches on my arm, just don't use the arm. That's it. We got 2 arms. God gave us 2 arms. God gave us two legs.
You have one, and then you have a backup one.
Exactly. There we go. Brian gets it. Trying to think, what else have I destroyed? I sprained my ankle. Yeah, I've done that. Never hurt my wrist. I chipped my tooth once from a high diving board, but then it somehow it fixed itself. So I'm not questioning that one.
Itself.
I don't know. My body works weird. Shaving accidents, yeah. Can I share? No, I can't say that.
Top secret injuries.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, here's another one. This was actually more recent one on my nose too. I had a really everyone's face is like, wait, what's going on with this boy over here? I had a really nasty pimple and I was popping it. And it was like, I kept going and going and going. And it was still under the skin. So I couldn't stop. And I started picking my skin out by accident. Because it was like, oh man, this hurts. Not bleeding though. Moral of the story, I should really know when to stop. And eventually I get it out. And I'm like, oh, I'm bleeding. Like, oh shit, that's some meat and muscle there, boy. So there's that one too.
I remember that. You were wearing a Band-Aid, right?
Yep. And the Band-Aid now moved to my lip. I'm trying to think, what else have I gotten? I don't know. You guys have any other injuries? I feel like I can't be. You guys can't be
No,
this.
I'm surprised.
I'm trying to think of injuries and
like cuts or bruises.
Oh, I've gotten plenty of those. Just
okay,
not significant
let's
enough.
go with those then.
Well, I've chipped my tooth in the bathroom. I hit it against the bathroom sink on accident.
What?
Like
Who are you fighting?
No one. I was just being dumb. What else? Yeah, I've gotten like cuts, bruises. I passed out twice.
Oh,
my
never
God.
passed out. I've never passed out.
The first time was when I was like 12 years old. I was at Great Adventure. I got there like in the morning. Didn't drink much that morning. Was waiting in line for a ride. I was in the shade, and then I felt really sick. I was gonna throw up, and then like I was like leaving the line to like I guess throw up, but I wasn't gonna throw up because I didn't understand how my senses were working. So the next thing I knew, I was blacking out, and then I woke up. I was laying on a bench, and my family was like kind of like pouring like water all over me, like feeding me water, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that happened. The second time I passed out was when I was like in high school, like 16, 17. I was in the shower. Again, morning, didn't drink much, felt like I was going to pass out. Instead of just, like, laying down and trying
or
to,
drinking
like...
water,
That's what I was trying to do. I tried going all the way upstairs to my kitchen, getting a glass of water.
Why did you leave the bathroom? You drink the shower
I don't know.
water.
My mind was losing it. So I go upstairs, I start pouring myself a glass of water, and then, of course, by that point, my body's like, yeah, no. I pass out, break the glass everywhere. I wake up, there's, like, glass shattered everywhere. I have, like, cuts on my hand.
Oh.
I'm just like, my goodness. And then I went to the doctor, and then I was like, fine, just had, how to like take care of myself more, and that's that.
Damn.
I've
bro.
never
I've never passed out
Never
either.
passed out. I hope I never do pass out.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people pass out in my school and hit their head on like the floors
Yeah.
of school, getting
Yeah.
like scars in their heads.
Mhm.
Oh no, there was a girl in my school who passed. There was like a mini flight of stairs up to the second floor, and I think it was about 20 or so steps, but like small steps. And she passed out on the top floor, the top step, and fell down the whole 20 steps. And no one knew because she went during the period when she was just going to the bathroom. So someone else found her when they were going to the bathroom.
Oh my God.
I had a kid have a seizure right in front of me in school once.
Oh
It was in
my
a classroom.
God.
End of class, people are like packing up, and then the kid directly in front of me just had a seizure, and then everyone was like freaking out. They brought him to the nurse. I'm just like, my goodness.
See, I've
What am I
witnessed a seizure
witnessing?
too at the Grasmere train station on the island. I was just waiting for the train, and it was actually delayed, so I was getting really annoyed because I thought I was going to be late to what I was going to. As soon as the train pulled up, this guy collapsed, and I heard his phone, and then he was seizing and foaming out the mouth, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm not good with people passing out. I'm like, I can't call 911. There's nothing I could do to help. There's other people already doing that. So I called my dad. I'm like, what am I going to do? And he's like, just get on the train because paramedics are going to come anyway. But I'm like, I can't believe I just witnessed that. And I'm just trying to get on the train to where I have to go. And I'm calling like the person I'm meeting. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not going to make it in time. Yeah, someone had a seizure and everyone, like my brother was calling me from upstate. Are you okay? I'm like, I just saw someone have a seizure. Like, I'm all right. Yeah.
It's like,
That
what do you do in
reminds
those
me-
situations?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, there's like
Yeah.
there's like a
Nerve-wracking.
acronym for that. You turn them over. You make sure there's nothing. To make sure they don't bite their tongue off because that can happen because what happens during a seizure. Turn them sideways. Make sure there's nothing in their mouth.
Yeah.
So they don't choke.
See,
And
but there were
there's
people
two more
doing
things
that.
too.
There
yeah.
are people taking care of it, so I'm like, there's already someone on the phone with 911. There's someone already getting the guy who who runs the train, like who is running the train. So I'm just like, if everyone's doing something, like, and I'm just a teenager, what am I gonna do?
Hmm.
If there's like already, so my dad was just like, get on the train. There's nothing you could do. Because I'm not good with situations like
High
that.
stress situations.
Like I know I can't be an EMT or a cop, and
See,
because I know I would not be good in those situations.
I don't like people in like situations like that or like situations like in general with like minor blood or cuts or stuff that like they initially freak out but they try to act composed but they're freaking out right now and you're like, listen, it's all right, it's cool. Am I dead? No. So we still got a chance right now. We all right. Don't question me. Why are you laughing over there? Why are you laughing?
I'm just wondering. We're all right. We're just bleeding.
Yeah, but
might
like,
be
it was like
bleeding
minor
out.
blood. It was like droplets here and there.
Okay.
No,
We
then
okay.
I
It was like a
understand
little
that, yeah.
mini scar. Like I got like a little blood's pouring out, but it's like it's not a vital spot. Like you may be dripping a little bit, but it's like you can hold it a little bit.
Mhm.
We can do the walk. We can maybe order a taxi. I don't have to call like the ambulance because I texted my friends when I was at the hospital and they're like, one of my friends like, oh, did you get an ambulance? They're like, dude, why would you need an ambulance? A, that's money right there.
You do not want to take an ambulance to the
the
hospital
parents.
unless you
Yeah,
have
exactly.
to.
A, that's money,
I
and
know.
B, I don't need that. Also, I'd rather order an Uber.
Yeah, like,
Also, can we just mention how sad it is that I will not order an ambulance if I'm bleeding out just because how expensive they are?
It's like you
Good
could do a
job, America.
$12 Uber, you do a
Plus, then you're on
$1,500 ambulance.
And
Like,
plus, then you're on every news platform. You're on the app Citizen and like.
Oh, I
then
could have gone on
20 You
Citizen!
could have gotten
Oh
Citizen.
my
I
god,
was on
Jocelyn, we did this
Citizen
all
twice.
wrong. We did this
why were you
all
on
wrong.
Citizen twice?
My family was on Citizen twice. So
Oh.
the first time is a little sad. My dad had like a heart attack and then went into cardiac arrest. And it went on Citizen because he's a cop and it went over all the stations. But we got rushed to the hospital with him. Everything's good now. The second time is as my dad's recovering, I was waiting on a laptop because I was joining St. John's. My parents were like, "You need a new laptop. You're going to a college. You need something." So I've been waiting days for this laptop. Looking every time a mailman came, I'm like, okay, I see the FedEx truck drive past my house. They pass. I'm like, okay, I guess it didn't come. Maybe one more day because we needed to sign for it. I go outside to get the mail, and my neighbor's like, I think someone just stole your package. They signed and said it was your mom.
Oh!
I ran in my house so calm, too. I was like, someone just stole my laptop. Our neighbor just said it. And my dad, who's supposed to be recovering from a heart attack, me, my little sister, and my dad is, like, not on duty now because he is, like, recovering, took my car. She got, like, a block forward. My dad, like, did a citizen's arrest. And, like, the same first responders who came, because, like, me and my sister assisted the arrest, were the first responders who came to my house when my dad, like, had a heart attack at my house. So it was like, oh, my God, again. And then we have Citizen, and we're like, great, our house is on Citizen. And we were getting text messages from all our friends who have Citizen, like, are you guys good? Because it was, like, a month apart.
So I got my package stolen recently. I ordered soap. This is soap. Soap. Who steals soap? How? I am so tight. Listen, this week already sucked, okay? I busted my lip. I ordered my soap last week. My soap never came in. I checked, like, wonder where my soap is. It's soap. Who needs soap? Oh, I can't curse. I really have to take a deep breath on this one. Someone decided on Wednesday, throughout the day, to take my soap. And I think I know who it is. I think it's my neighbors who tried to steal my previous package of my D&D book and Cards Against Humanity. First of all, why do you need those? Y'all up there, 25 or at least older, pushing bricks and kilos up there, and I know you guys are. And I'm like, why? Why, God? What were they going to do with the soap? Oh, got so tight when they stole my soap. And I have to call Amazon. I was with them for like 40 minutes, explain to them, yes, I know, it's technically my responsibility, but I wasn't home all day. Can I get a free package? He's like, okay, this is your free package of the year. I'm like, great, I'm using it on soap. Can't wait to explain this to my mom and stepdad.
Why didn't you just go to a supermarket?
Because I don't have a car.
it was the
Public
principle of it. They
I
took
am
my
too
soap.
broke to afford a Metro car half the time.
You know what? If you give me money, I work at a supermarket. I'll buy you.
You know what?
soap.
Thank you. I really
I'll
appreciate
buy you
it.
Employee discount on
I'll
soap.
You know
get
what?
I'll
If I
use
knew
my
this like
discount.
2 days ago when I was on the phone, I would appreciate it. Oh, I hate when people like, why? Why do you steal the package? What are you gonna get out of it?
Especially like something so meaningless. Like
Yeah.
someone like I ordered a bracelet from Amazon,
Hmm.
and it went to a different house, and like I'm not allowed to look in other people's like mailboxes, but when I know like it's there, they sent me a picture that it was delivered. I'm trying to go to the house. I'm like, okay, they'll give it back. I
It's
got
like-
the package back. They opened it. I'm like, why? Thank you for giving my package back, but why would you open it if it doesn't have your name on
Yeah, I
it
think
or
that's
your
illegal.
address?
Yeah.
Like,
Because
That is
It
illegal.
is,
That actually is a
yeah.
federal
it is
crime.
illegal, but I didn't know the neighbor. I just knew what house it was. So I'm just
Oh.
like, I can't.
Yo, what's the length of time that can hold? We gotta look that up.
I
We're
know.
gonna get them.
Like, I think
We're getting
48
them,
hours.
ladies and gentlemen. We got them.
I just think like, what's the point? It was nothing expensive. It was like a fabric bracelet. Like I was just getting because it was cute. I'm like, why are you opening my mail if it says someone else's name and address that you know is like 2 houses down from you?
Those
people
have
just
a-
not read, like...
Those people have a special place in hell. I'm sorry, I'm saying
People
it
are
now.
nosy for no
Machismo.
reason.
Not machismo. What's it called? What's the word?
What are you trying to say?
Then nosy.
Oh, cheese and mozo.
Chimoso. That's the word. Thank you.
I've never had a package stolen.
God, good luck on that.
Oof.
But then
I
again,
wish.
like most of my neighbors, they have cameras, and they're
Ah.
so like
See, we have cameras
Blood
too. That's the
too.
reason we caught the
I don't
we
got
had-
cameras.
That's the reason we caught the person who stole my laptop too, because we had it on footage then, and she was waiting outside my block the whole day. Yeah.
What a loser.
Yeah,
Like, she
honestly,
not have a
what a
Get a
job.
job.
And then
Yeah.
she tried fleeing the country. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Wait, how
Well,
would
you
she
gotta
do
explain
that?
this. You gotta explain
She's
this.
I
stealing
swear to God, like, no,
packages.
me on Citizen, it's like an actual story. Like, I don't know how we went from injuries to this, but we have a camera outside my house because my dad's, like, all about, like, doing that. Like, he wants to get the ring and everything. But my parents thought it was suspicious. Like, they saw a girl, but, like, we live near, like, right near the YMCA on
Was
the
she
North Shore.
old or young?
Like, 20s.
Oh, God.
And she was Russian because you heard it in her voice, and I'm not saying anything against Russians, but on her phone she was even texting someone like with a heavy like Solvik or something, and my dad saw it. I'm like, Dad, she has a phone, like she's trying to contact her people right now. And then supposedly it went into a whole bigger thing once the cops
Did you
had
bust
her.
like the Russian mom or something?
Yeah, I don't know, and my mom had to get a restraining order. Like, we had a restraining order, and it said like she can't harm my mom, but she could harm our animals.
What?
Yeah, like the restraining order said like she could come into your house and harm your animals, but if she harms you, she gets arrested again. And my mom's like, so wait, she could hurt my dogs?
Yeah.
And that was like a whole thing. But like then they were like they had to let her go because they can't hold anyone anymore. And they're like, but they contacted my dad because my dad's a cop, and they were like, listen, we had to let her go because we know she's gonna try to flee the country. And they caught her at JFK. And what was the funny thing is my sister was going to like Florida that same day, like an hour before it. So my dad's like, oh, maybe I can meet up with them and do it with them, because my dad's just trying to do some work while he's off. It was like the weirdest thing. Yeah, she tried fleeing the country, tried changing her name and everything, and they
For
caught
a
her again.
stolen package?
And like it all started because of my laptop. That's
Yo, I really think you busted like a
I don't know.
deal. I really think you took down like an informant.
like when I tell people this, like they're like, your life's not real. I'm like, I swear to God, I'm not making any of this up. It's just what happens in my house for some reason. Weird things happen. I should be on a sitcom.
I saw a stabbing once at the ferry. It was after I came. It was after. That was where it was coming back. Which movie? I think it was coming back from Black Panther. Yeah, I think it was from Black Panther because that was the day of the incident that happened on campus.
Oof.
Yeah, and it was late at night. It was like 12 or 1 coming back when we still had the shuttle, and I was with my roommate, and then there was this guy on the ferry who was acting weird, like really weird, like mumbling. I think he was either off his meds or he was homeless. He had something clicking in his hand. I'm like, I wonder what that is. Maybe it's like a flashlight. I don't know. I don't question people. I keep my head down. I keep it to myself. And then he's acting weird, and then he turns a corner at the ferry, and then proceeds to stab someone in the hand. And then this guy and him are about to duke it out, and everyone's recording it and getting around. And then I'm like, I'm getting the heck out of here. And then I see the cop just waddling in, going, oh, I wonder what's going down there. Maybe I should check it out. Maybe I should do my job. I don't know. I wish I stayed to see the turnout on that one.
The weirdest things happen on Staten Island.
That's really true.
I don't know why. And like we're the forgotten borough, and like everything happens here.
I didn't know this was a borough until I came to school here.
Yeah.
I thought Long Island was the 5th borough.
I remember during my high school's walkout, like a couple years ago for like gun rights, I was like at the walkout, and like towards the very end, I was about to go inside, and then I hear like pop, 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 and immediately I'm like, oh my goodness, this is a shooting. So I'm trying to leave, and then the principal of my school stops me and says, don't run, it's not a gun. Apparently, like, some kid let off firecrackers and was just trying to scare everyone. And you hear all the security guards yelling, it's firecrackers, relax. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go inside.
I still wouldn't listen to them.
Yeah,
I still wouldn't
I should have
trust
just
them.
left.
leave.
Yeah, I'm like,
I go, yeah, no, good luck, Chief.
I'm like why?
Kids are idiots.
Yeah, like Tottenville Tottenville is a high school in the South Shore. Just for clarification for people who don't know, got metal detectors now when you walk in.
Ooh.
Oh.
Because 2 kids last year, supposedly, this is a story I hear, brought knives and guns into school.
Why?
Those
For
kids
no
are so
reason, we
immature.
weren't gonna even, and they were like, we weren't gonna do anything, it's just like a joke. One was like, it's not even a real gun, but now you're not even allowed to bring like like, I went to Newdorp High School. We had a Starbucks and a Dunkin' right outside. I would get that every morning and go to class with coffee. You can't even bring in a bottle of water at Tottenville anymore.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Like, that's what I got told. I have a friend whose, like, brother goes to Tottenville, and he was like, you can't bring in, like, any tumbler cups anymore, any, like,
What?
even at, like, the games, they check your bags. I'm like, and now...
Oh, way to ruin it.
And now everyone from Tottenville is transferring to every other school, and now it's becoming worse for the other schools.
Yeah.
Because my cousins actually now, they're improving the security monitors for every high school, and they're doing it with Newdorp. They're not getting metal detectors there, but they're doing, like, multiple
Robots.
checks, because every Tottenville student will be going to Newdorp now because, like, it's close.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. We've had, in 2019, we've had 1,000. Like, I'm rationalizing it. We had a lot of gun shootings, and we had a lot of shootings in high schools. Why are you messing with that? There's no point of it. And people are like, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not a joke.
Until it happens to you.
Yeah.
It's not a joke until it happens to you, and, like, you're teenagers. What's the point of it? You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you bringing it? Like, you could get arrested for bringing in a weapon to school.
Just for a joke. For a stupid joke between your friends. It's not worth it.
And I live near Port Richmond. Like, I get it. Like, you want, like, if you're holding a knife when you go to school, like, even a small one, like, you want to be safe. Like, my parents would be okay with that because I live near the bad part of Port Richmond. But I'm still watching my surroundings. I'm not bringing a gun into school where I could harm other people or get suspended or expelled because I have something. But yeah, the safety precautions on the island has, like, gotten lower and lower, especially for high schools.
But anyway, I think that concludes a solid episode of this week's Storm Chasers. I'm your host again, Albert Bushels, with my lovely cast of friends. Thank you for tuning in, and have a great week, everyone.